We're in operations. This is implementing job management systems. Today we're going to go through the benefits of a JMS and the key features of our favorite job management systems as well. So the benefits, if you're not using a job management system, then this is going to be quite helpful for you. If you're already using one, you're more than welcome just to skip past this. The premise is that the job management systems, they offer a centralized location for all your information. They stop you from doing so much book work in the evenings. They streamline everything that your company's doing. So if you're already using one, then that's good enough in my opinion. At the end of the day, they're all very similar. Some are very highly technical, some are very simplified, but nonetheless, if you're already using one, you're more than welcome to tune out. If you're not using one, I'm going to stress the importance to you of them now. So in your job management system, in any job management system, your team members can usually get great access to all the job data. There's no need to have job sheets. They should understand their task. You'll be able to communicate with each other. You'll be able to view updates in real time. You'll be able to get essentially have a good finger on the pulse about what's going on in your company the whole time. And you can also enhance productivity as well and efficiency. So these tasks should include job scheduling, dispatching, invoicing, reporting. There'll be job quoting in there as well. All of those kind of tedious tasks that could get quite messy are super streamlined with the job management system. And it frees up your time as well. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be utilizing technology, particularly across all mediums, as in, across all devices. So your iPad, your computer, your phone. There's no reason why we shouldn't be using this, and there's no reason why you should be using a paper diary anymore as well. It's so far behind and so much double entry that you really need to consider investing a little bit into understanding what the right software is, and that's why we're here. And again, we don't have any affiliation with any of the platforms as well, but there's just so much efficiency to be made within using a JMS. So let's have a little look. Generally, now I've got Tradify pictured here, that is my favorite, but generally with job management systems, you'll get live jobs. So you can live update. Let's say, for example, you send somebody to a site, they've accidentally got the wrong address, it's 1A, not 1B. You can automatically update that within the job, send them a push notification, so there's no phone call, there's no text message, they just bing, get the right address sent to them. It's those kind of simplicities that we should be having in our company. And also across the vast majority of job management's tools, there'll be automated invoices, there'll be automated quotes and quote templates, automated purchases, so you never miss anything, and it should all be summarized in your dashboard as well. So we have picked two of our favorite, most relative job management systems, which are Tradify and Service M8. They're probably the most popular, certainly the most popular for the smaller guys, but I want to stress to you the importance that they are highly scalable as well throughout the next few slides. But nonetheless, these are our two favorite because they are generally the most generic, generally the easiest to use. They've got a very similar price point and they function very similarly as well. So let's just go through the strengths of Tradify. So it's got a super easy to use interface. This was one of the main things that stuck out to me above all the other job management systems, is that it's super easy to use. So I don't need to create a system to teach people how to use it, because that was something that was really annoying about using other systems, was that not only did you have a technical system, but you also had to spend time teaching people how to use it. And that's a pain in the ass for me. Tradify also does multiple schedule views. So it's easy to use on your phone, it's easy to use on an iPad, but you can also have multiple vertical and horizontal views on your screens, and also on, like if you're projecting out into a workshop, you can have a number of different views to suit wherever you're putting up that schedule. That becomes quite important when you're running, 10 plus, 20, 30, even to 50, 60 and 70 staff on the one schedule. You'll find that a horizontal schedule will run out of screen, whereas a vertical schedule can scroll quite nicely. There's a few of those things you want to think about for scalability. Tradify also has great quote templates. So something that we utilize a lot throughout our companies is recording exactly how we want our quotes laid out, saving them as templates, and then using those for each time we rock up to a different site, whether we rock up to a renovation, a new build, a mass production build, commercial sites, schools, those kind of things. We've got different templates depending on what site we're rocking up to. So that might be something important for you to think about as well. If you've got different services, different packages, different kits that you put together, you might want to have a JMS that actually has the opportunity to compile those quote templates. So they're super easy to use, save you a lot of time, double handling, double entry as well. Some of the weaknesses of Tradify though is that the reporting's pretty shit. And it doesn't do any on-site payment collection at the moment. I'm sure those kind of things are coming. But yeah, like I said, reporting is just a little bit clunky. I don't tend to believe it. But nonetheless, it's got a few strengths and very small amount of weaknesses. And then we're going across to, I suppose, the ideal comparison being ServiceMate. So you can see straight away it does have on-site payment collection, which is really handy if you're doing multiple smaller jobs in a single day. I would have thought if you were more residential client focused in that you're going from house to house, if you're, say, a maintenance plumber versus a construction plumber, I would say that ServiceMate would be more suitable to the maintenance plumber person and Tradify would be more suitable to the construction plumber person. So I hope that gives you a bit of an explanation. ServiceMate is also a little bit more cost effective. It caps out a certain amount of users, so you can have exponential amount of users for the same price, whereas Tradify does add on each user constantly, so it will always increase in price. ServiceMate also does have some great plugin options available as well to make the system more powerful. They do come at a cost though. And some of the weaknesses of ServiceMate is it's not really suitable for recurring jobs. There's some issues there around recurring jobs, and also we haven't found it's very seamless for quote templates. So just something to think about when you do go through and do your your free trials or your introductory things. Try and make sure that the strengths outweigh the weaknesses when you're considering these two. The verdict for us, as I've said earlier, we do prefer Tradify. It's a little bit more expensive, but I can personally say that we've run over 100 staff through Tradify in multiple companies across multiple locations, and it has survived the test of time. We also, we operate several companies. It's super easy to onboard. I touched on that earlier, that it's really easy to use. So you don't have to teach people how to use it. That's something very important to me. And also the efficiencies that we get back from using a job management system. I think your consideration should be around what job management system is right for you as opposed to what job management system is the cheapest, because the efficiency that you're going to get from it outweighs the cost of it by 10, 1,000, 100 times. It is ridiculous how much power you can get out of one piece of software as opposed to trying to do everything handwritten. So I just want to make sure you make the right decision for your future, because it is a massive pain in the ass if you have to change it. So I want you to just consider that when you do your free trials. Think about where your company's going in the future, where you're going to be. Make sure you make the right decision for then and also for now, because you don't want to have to teach your team one system and then scrap it, put it in the bin and start on a new system again. It's going to be such a pain in the ass. So that's my comparison. You need a JMS, you need a job management system in my opinion. Take some time to pick it wisely.